So I finally, for the third time, have found the onions in this field. There's not that many of them, and they're not flowering at all, but there's some henbit growing around it. But here's one of the bulbs that I tried to dig out the other day. Down there in the ground. They've got fairly good sized bulbs, but I'm really waiting for them to start flowering and producing bulblets. Because the bulbs are nice and the greens are nice, but those bulblets are delicious. And I want to pickle some and use them in salads. Here's a bundle growing. These may be more closely related to wild chives. I don't know. Maybe they don't, because they sure look more like chives the way that they're growing. But there's several different little patches in this area. They're good and spicy. Of course, we've got an airport nearby, so you get to hear that. There are all sorts of good plants growing in this field. Let's look at this one, for example. I've been passing up patches of this one a lot. I don't remember what it is, but I'm gonna have to look it up. I recognize it for sure as an edible. Of course, the henbit. Let's see if we can get a close-up of the henbit here. It is growing everywhere. But I haven't seen a lot of recipes that use it. It looks like it's more medicinal than edible. Let me show you some of the other stuff growing out here, because we've got some good stuff. I'm pretty sure this is curly dock, or curled dock. Right here, we've got it growing all over the place. And I want to show you a little patch of plantain. Actually, it's not so little, but we've got patches of plantain growing everywhere in this field. Actually, on our way there, let's stop by one of these patches of what I think are crow's foot flowers. One of the the only semi-poisonous look-alike for wild onions. They don't smell anything like onion, so it's pretty obvious. But there's some big patches of this stuff growing throughout this field. It may not be crow's foot, it may be something else, I'm not sure. But I don't believe that it's an edible, whatever it is. Let's see if we can find one of these plantain patches, because there's several of them, and they look the right age to start picking the leaves. Haven't seen a lot of feedback from people on how good the leaves are. That was very positive anyway. Here's one I can show you, if I can stay out of the sunlight. Got a nice, and this is the way all the patches look right now. Some of them are younger and smaller, but they're everywhere. They're all over the place in this field. So if somebody has any ideas on what I can do with that, please let me know. Here's another one. It's everywhere, and we're far enough from the main road, I think, that most of the stuff here is safe to eat. All we've got is an alleyway with not a lot of traffic. So I think anything in this field ought to be safe to eat. It looks pretty obvious they don't use any herbicides, or at least they haven't yet. Here's another plantain. And oh my goodness, I think I may have just found, yep, I found some closer to home. Some of the wild onions or wild chives, whatever they turn out to be. I've got a nice little patch here just within walking distance right there. That's beautiful. We got several other little patches in the area. Let's see, not a lot growing. I can say that the soil in this field is pretty varied. Some places it's really tough, and some places it's really loose and sort of disturbed. Oh, smells very, very much of onion. This is certainly a variety of wild onion there. Looks a lot like chives. Maybe if anyone's got a little more experience with these, some of the different strains of the wild onion, wild garlic, wild chive family, please let me know. I'd be fascinated to know. It looks like it's growing a little different from what I was used to back in Houston. They put up the bulblets about this time already, and those bulblets are just delicious. Here's some more plantain. Oh, and here's another plant I need to get identified. But I've seen several patches of this really frilly plant here, growing in several different places. Also, whatever this little guy is, if I can get the phone to focus. Need to get an ID on him. Here we go. Here's a nice big patch of the plantain, growing several patches right in the vicinity, and I'm almost positive this is a variety of plantain, but I haven't eaten any of it yet. But the leaves look right. It's about the right size. We also have some wild grasses growing in this field that I'm not sure about. Don't know much about the wild grasses, but I've harvested a little bit in the past. We've got here quite a bit. I'll try to get a close-up view of this. Quite a bit of wild grass coming in. And my understanding is that most of the wild grasses in Texas are edible. At least the seeds can be ground into a flour and whatnot. Now, there's something else growing right along my alley here, and I'm so very happy to see it, because I always had a hard time finding it back in Houston, at least where I lived. But there should be some poor man's pepper growing right around here somewhere. Found some when I was walking through here the other day. Here it is. Here it is. It may be shepherd's purse. It does look, but it's got a good peppery, kind of bitter smell to it, and tastes delicious actually. Pulled some from here the other day. If you look at the seed pods, they do have a bit of a heart shape, and I think that may indicate shepherd's purse, which I believe is a relative, but I can't really get the zoom properly. Got some other flowering plants in the area that I don't recognize, but that was the main ones. That's the main stuff that I've been finding out here. I want to get a little further away at some point, see if there's anything else of interest, but those plants that we've just looked at seem to be pretty common. The onions, I haven't found quite as many. Let's see if we can find that little patch again so that I know where to look for it next time. I'll tell you what, the exercise that I get doing this is one of the best things about it. I feel great when I'm done foraging out here. Just walking around. Drives everybody else nuts because I'm always stopping and bending down to look and see what's down there. But Where? One thing I'm really looking for this year is betony. I'm really hoping to find a nice stand of betony someplace and try those tubers, because I keep reading articles about them and it sounds delicious. And I love tubers, just about any kind. Yep, I've lost it again. Oh well. I'm sure I'll manage to find it at some point in the future. But I think that's about all there is to see so far. Until I visit one of the parks in the area and see what we've... Whoa, never mind. What have we got here? Something putting off little berries. I have no idea what, and they're dead. Must have been something from the winter, perhaps? Putting off little berries. I have no idea what that is. Don't know if they're from this plant, but they almost look like little tomatoes, but none of them are very big. I did not see these before. I have no idea. I have no idea what these even are. They don't look all that familiar. They're just little seed pods. They're pretty dry. This one's got a little... I don't smell anything. I don't know. I'm not sure what those are. That's a new one. And it's right directly behind our house on this, in this field. Anyone's got any ideas about that? Let me know. That's a new one. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for my backyard tour today. This is the field behind my house. I think we're going to be taking many trips out here this spring and summer, seeing what we can dig up. Possibly wild carrot. Alright, that's going to be it. We'll see you later. So we're out here again, and this time I'm joined by my lovely wife and daughter. And we're gonna go ahead and grab a couple of the things that I saw while I was out here before, because I've made some positive IDs. So first thing, we're gonna try to find the wild onions that I found closer to the house here.
Or do you want to wait till tomorrow morning? Either you or Alex can.
This one here is a young sow thistle, I believe. Not going to harvest it, but I just looked that one up. Actually, those buds are edible. So, yeah, there are a lot of bugs out and about.
Alex, what happened to your exercise? You can walk around. That'll be exercise. Get some pants on.
Here's the little
Okay, go ride your bike. You might as well do it while it's
little flower buds there, which apparently taste like capers when pickled. So I think I might just pickle me up some of these guys.
Make your own dinner. You gotta make your own dinner night for a while.
Harvest a good number of these.
Alex, do you want to take a shower today or tomorrow morning? Maybe tomorrow morning. Probably tomorrow morning. What's for dinner, Pa?
Nothing. We just had lunch. We're gonna have wild salad for dinner.
Or, hear me out. You have wild salad and I have other.
Okay. Got another one here that I haven't identified. Doesn't look like one of the common edibles. It's not the onions I'm looking for right now. Here's a nice little stand of some plantains or plantagos.
Don't tell, it's true.
Cell phone cam reception.
Huh?
Alright, let's this looks here they are. Here they are. I have found them again. It's down here. So, back at the onions. Meanwhile, back at the onions, I'm going to pull a decent number of these out to take back. Oh yeah, that's them. That's them, alright. Decent little number of these. I'm not even bothering with the bulbs this time, just taking some of the young leaves with me to go in my backyard salad. I also discovered that one of the flowering plants out here is actually a wild mustard, and I'm definitely looking forward to grabbing some of it while I'm out here. I'm also going to go ahead and harvest some of the henbit. Apparently the flowers and the young leaves will go nicely in the salad. So we'll get some of that. Here's some of our henbit. Apparently the young leaves are the ones to eat. Flowers. Okay. That's what we've got so far in our bag of tricks. Try to get you a close-up view. Hopefully you can see the way these flowers look. They're very distinctive for wild mustard. They cluster just like this. They have 4 petals. Each flower has 4 petals in a sort of a cross or plus sign formation. The leaves are edible. Flowers are edible. So we're gonna go ahead and pick us a nice little bit of these flowers. See how those turn out. Now there's some other interesting plants growing down here. Not sure what that one is. The greens are all, of course, edible, just like store-bought mustard greens, and you just have to cook them. flowers are edible raw. Put some of those in my salad. Got more henbit blossoms going on here. If I had a third hand, I might even be able to focus on it. Show you a nice close-up of a henbit blossom. There we go. Show you how that looks. I guess that'll be it. All that I'm gonna collect for now. But I think along with some of the veggies I've already got in the house, this will make an excellent little salad for dinner tonight. Oh, one more thing. I did confirm it was not poor man's pepper that I found earlier. It was indeed shepherd's purse. So, having gotten a positive ID on it, I think we might go ahead and see if we can find any that's still green to go in our salad. The place I found it so far is growing out close to the alleyway here. There we go. Perfect. In the mustard family, you can tell shepherd's purse apart by those heart-shaped seed pods. Peppery kind of a taste to it, and it's going to go nicely in our wild salad. Just a little bit. Just collected a couple of stalks here, and I'm going to chop it up real fine. The leaves are also edible and have a similar peppery flavor to them. I'm going to chop them up, throw them right on in to my salad. And that's going to be it for me.